Okay, Jessica, Jeff, thank you for stepping up. We can all, wasn't it the old phrase, the road to hell is paved with good intentions? Well, thanks for intentionally standing up to lead here in Alcona. Being here tonight reminds me of the first time I literally came out of the woods in the UP in 2016, and there were a couple of people here in Alcona who really stepped up at the time. Larry Brzezowski and Marianne, God rest their soul. Frank DiMercurio, God rest his soul. Chosen Ranch. Yeah, I mean, when you think about the heart of the people in Alcona and the surrounding areas, you are the epitome of what makes us great. And then I saved her for last because she's here, Carrie, because every organization needs a driver. Every organization needs someone who doesn't quit, holds their self accountable first, and then holds all the others. So again, Jeff and Jessica, you know, your leadership, one of the most challenging things that you will have is to ensure that all of our voters in Alcona and surrounding areas, wherever you affect potential outcomes, get out and vote. I will tell you, as a Marine, I don't get mad. It's not a good thing to get mad. But the only voters that I will get perturbed with are those who don't vote. Okay? I don't care if you vote Democrat or Republican, don't care, because you honor the service of the men and women who served and fought for your right to vote. So vote. Get off your backside and vote. And why I would start with that and tell you that is, now I'm going to give it to you from the Washington, D.C. perspective. If we don't maintain, even if it's only a one-vote majority in the House of Representatives, the last 2 years of the Trump administration will be all about impeachment because we will have given the gavels back to the Democrats. Okay, that's the reality. So if there's anybody in here who is thinking about should I vote or shouldn't I, that's not a thought you should be having. The thought you should be having is, how can I engage my friends, my neighbors, the people at, you know, pick your work, your wherever it is, and not only encourage them, but motivate them to vote in the 2016 election and vote in the primary. Because we're going to have a primary in August of 2026. The day after that primary, there's going to be a winner on every end of the ticket. If your person doesn't win, or if you don't win and you are on the ballot, if you're not out stumping for that person who did win, then you're not fulfilling what I believe is your role as someone who is serious about being someone in elected office, but just being a good American. Now, nobody needs to know what's going on in Washington, D.C. other than nothing. The House of Representatives 3 weeks ago basically passed a clean CR, continuing resolution, to fund the government for 2 months to allow some negotiations to go on with the other side so that we could get some points done and continue government funding. All the Republicans in the House and 1 Democrat voted for the CR. It passed. We sent it to the Senate. The Senate has voted something like 10 times and have not been able to do it. My suggestion where you can be proactive in this is you got 2 senators in Michigan. One is retiring. He's ready to fold at any moment. He just needs some encouragement to don't get me started. But if you were to contact both of our senators to say, hey, Michigan needs you to vote yes for this continuing resolution for no other reason than to keep the essential goods and services, which are going to continue anyway. They're not going to be stopped, but get off your backside and let's open the government up, go back to work, and let's get it done and keep moving forward. We are a country. In fact, Todd, you asked all of the veterans to stand up. How many Marines in the crowd, other than Todd? Great, right here. Okay, 250th coming up here, 10th of November. So as Marines, you better have your best birthday behavior on. You don't look at me over 240. Okay, so use that extra. But the point is, we've been celebrating for the last few months the Army, the Navy. The Air Force was only born in 1947, so they're not eligible for a 250th celebration. But did anybody experience the No Kings protests? Have you seen that? Well, if you have any people that are all excited about it, just say, well, we celebrated that No Kings a long time ago. It was July 4th, 1776. We started with No Kings, so you're new news, old news, no news. We have an opportunity here in Michigan with our governor, with, of course, all of the other seats that are available, but in the House of Representatives, we're at risk. So I'm asking this, if anybody knows or has any contacts in the Midland, Bay City, Saginaw area, reach out. I ran into Dave Camp. For those of you who remember Dave Camp, I ran into him a couple of weeks ago. He still lives in Michigan. We have a seat there that's, I'll take back. We're going to have to defend John James' seat because he's not, as you know, he's running for governor. Haley Stevens is running for Senate, so we have no Republican yet who has popped up yet in that district. So we are working very hard, and of course we have to defend Tom Barrett, who's a first-term incumbent. You're going to make the difference because your outreach extends past this room. Sure, it's Alcona County, sure, it's Northeast Michigan, but you know people in the areas that I just mentioned, and for you to reach out to them, there's ways to get in touch. Jim Runstead, who's the current chairman of the Michigan GOP, and other leadership. We need a coordinated conservative effort here in Michigan in 2026 to, number one, make sure Donald Trump has a successful second 2 years of his second term, and number two, we take back the state of Michigan from the, Jennifer Granholm's got to be so happy because Whitmer's performance has made Granholm look so good. Okay. Yeah, it's it. What can I say? The point is, they have continued to lower their standards and lower their levels of performance to the point where we can't stand it. So it's about us taking back Michigan here at the state level. Having said that, you got a lot of candidates here you're going to hear from. I am running again in 2026, in case anybody was wondering. And I'm proud to represent you, and I'll still always be on Armed Service and Veterans Affairs. And as long as we have the majority, I'll have a third committee, which is budget. Because as a Marine, I'm cheap. I'm very frugal. If you give me $1, I'm going to get $1.30 out of it. That's just the way we were trained. But we are all in this together, no matter whether you serve in uniform, you serve your country, you serve your community, you serve your God. But never miss an opportunity. This may sound weird to end with this. Never miss an opportunity to be kind to someone. We here in Michigan, especially northern Michigan, know that we're driving along and we see a car alongside the road. Our first tendency is to stop and say, do they need help? That's who we are. Let's keep that. Let's figure out a way to help others who need help, but let's not fight amongst ourselves while we're doing it. God bless you. Thank you for being here. Let's have a good dinner and some good speeches.